Good evening from the Universal Orlando parking garage. We are headed in today for Halloween Horror Nights because today is October 11th. Tuesday is very uncommon for there to be Halloween Horror Nights on a Tuesday, but this is a makeup day for Hurricane Ian. So Hurricane Ian came through and they had to shut down Universal because of the hurricane, and it shut down on a night that was Halloween Horror Nights. So they they added 2 nights to the schedule, and tonight is one of those nights. I'm excited to see what that means. Like, is the crowd gonna be higher? Are more people gonna be here because they think like, oh, nobody's gonna be there because nobody really knows about it being on a Tuesday? Is it gonna be lower because nobody can come on a Tuesday? I don't know. I'm interested to find out. So that's what we're gonna do today. And we're heading in to find out if this event is more packed or less packed, really, on a makeup day. All right, we are headed in now to Halloween Horror Nights on a Tuesday night, a makeup night, and it definitely does look like there are people heading in. It doesn't look too incredibly crowded though. We'll see once we get inside and start seeing some wait times. Oh no, I came here by myself. What was I thinking? There's literally a sign out front that says never do what I'm about to do. I didn't even think about that. They didn't sell any RIP tours for tonight ahead of time because nobody really knew that this was gonna be a night. So tonight would probably be a great night to do an RIP tour. I'm thinking it might even be cheaper than normal. Oh. And spread Halloween, my minions. I like this. The Pumpkin Lord's mad because there's a couple over here taking a selfie, and he's like, why aren't they taking a selfie with me?
No longer rest in the shadows. I have taken root and will now accept your praise. I am the Pumpkin Lord.
I thought that was supposed to be fire. All right, I didn't get to do Hellblock Horror the last time, and it's a short wait. Still gonna use my Express to get in even faster, but Hellblock Horror, here we come. I would say that it is a fairly light night if this is the wait, or the waiting, like the queue area, that would normally be filled with people. So we just got through with Hellblock Horror, and that was something I did not expect. It was very lightly staffed. I counted 8 scare actors in the entire maze, which is not very many. According to like my count of the boo holes, there should have been a lot more of them. But I understand this is like an added date, so maybe not everybody could come in on a Tuesday. They're used to being scheduled Wednesday through Sunday, and today would be a day off. Like maybe they're like, hey, can you come in on Tuesday? And they're like, no, I just can't, I can't do that. So I understand it. I'm interested to see how the other houses are, because that one was very lightly staffed. All right, it looks like wait times are starting to get a little bit longer. 45 minutes for Halloween. We'll see how it is. The line going into Halloween a little bit longer. Also, Express is a little bit longer here too. They're playing a weekend video out in the queue here, listening to some weekend music. All right, that was much better. There were the fully staffed house. It felt nice going through, a lot of scares, a lot of Michael Myers everywhere. It was good. I don't know if it was, I take that back, I don't know if it was 100% fully staffed, but it was definitely much better than Hellblock, for sure. Looking into the Sweet Revenge scare zone, it's not nearly as packed as I've seen it before, so that's good. All right, 25-minute wait for Fiesta de Chupacabras. Excited to give it a try again. Oh, somebody's screaming. Is that a real scream or a fake scream? So a little bit confusing because this is both Dead Man's Pier and Chupacabra lines, but there is a pretty big section of like open there in the center that doesn't have anybody in it. So we can tell that they are shorter lines for tonight. Trying to find a quiet area after that house is near impossible outside of a scare zone. Fiesta de Chupacabra was really good. Really enjoyed it, a great walkthrough. Still wasn't fully staffed, but that's okay. Still had a really good time. Lots of the Chupacabras that we were seeing and they were jumping out at us. Super fun. I like that house. I'm glad that I went through it tonight. Heading into the New York area of the park for Sweet Revenge. There's the mayor with the key to the city. He's gonna give that to Major Sweets later. I like that she's just wearing like a bag on her head. Oh no. It is nice that the crowds are lower, but also that means that the scare actor groups are lower. There's not as many scare actors out. Oh. Ooh, oh my. It's coming at me. just noticed this poison apple recipe. One taste of the poison apple and the victim's eyes will close forever, sleeping death. Up in the windows in New York, they have some projections. It's like happening, but it's very dark. I like these little vignettes. Oh no, the dad just sat down to watch TV. Kid's eating some candy in the other room, I think. Then the kid comes in, says to be quiet, and then, oh no, saran wrap over the face. I need to get some food, and it's gonna be hard for me not to just come over here and just get pizza skulls, because they are delicious, but I'm gonna try something different tonight. So for tonight, I decided to see if Universal could redeem themselves with the Twisted Tater Blood and Guts, which is the same thing as the Frankencoil last year, but it is a hot dog wrapped in a twisted tater, then deep fried, covered with queso, also like a spicy red pepper queso, and some chili. Ooh, seems like it's gonna be a little bit spicy, but looks very nice. It's also extremely hot. Wanted to try to throw a little bit better lighting on this monstrosity that I'm eating. I've had some of it, and it's supposed to be like red pepper, queso, and some like chili, but it's not spicy at all for me, at least. It is pretty good. Still looks kind of sad with the how small the tater is around the hot dog, but not bad. Better than my last experience. All right, next stop, the Horrors of Blumhouse. Freaky and the Black Phone, a 60-minute wait. We're about to head into the Horrors of Blumhouse, and look, yeah, you can see it definitely was an hour wait for the standby line. That was a remarkably interesting walkthrough of that house because it's set up into two different sections. There's the freaky section, and there's the Black Phone section. In the freaky section, there were 4 actors in the entire section. Very, very light. In the Black Phone section, it seemed fully staffed. It seemed like there was people everywhere that we went, and I thought that that was an interesting change up there. I don't know why there were more people in the Black Phone section than there were in the freaky section. Also, I have seen the Black Phone now, and I understand it more, so I enjoyed that. That was good. There was one scene from the Black Phone that I was surprised wasn't in the house. And there's a scene where like I'll say a person is suspended, and I don't know why that wasn't in there. It should be. It's a very frightening scene. Hopefully it's not too loud right here, but I also wanted to mention that hot dog was pretty good. The way it was described was that it was like chili flake or red pepper flake queso, and I thought it was gonna be super spicy. It wasn't super spicy. It did have a tiny little zing to it, I'm gonna call it. I'm not even gonna call it a kick, it was a zing. It wasn't spicy at all. Like, I said it had a zing. It had a little bit of spice to it. But like, you know how when people say like, oh, it wasn't spicy at all, that's how I felt. My mouth isn't burning anymore, there's no repercussions. It was just delicious. I would eat that again. All right, heading into the Conjure the Dark Scare Zone. They are cranking the rock and roll in here.
We shall cast this spell and bind it tight and spread All Hallows Eve.
So it seems like she is the only actor in the Scare Zone tonight. I don't see, oh, there's a couple of people coming out right now. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't see any actors anywhere, any scare actors.
Tear through this portal. First, I conjure the exalted ones, my pillagers of darkness. The bloodshed shall soon commence, my royal titans. From within the deepest trenches of the void, I conjure, venture forth into the night, and fill it with screams. There will soon be flesh to satiate your needs. I conjure my war-forged ravagers, guard the gateways of our dimension, and gather the imps to summon our newfound power as I conjure the dark.
She said the name of the Scare Zone. All right, I think we've reached the point of there being so many people here that it's just a normal night, because we're at 50 minutes for Bugs Eaten Alive. This is actually my first time coming into this house from the front entrance. The last time we came through was on an RIP tour. The future is now. It's kind of a brilliant idea. Somebody should make this. Well, that was a lot of fun, actually. Like, there was a lot of actors in there coming at me from all angles, things that I like. And it was like a jokey joke house, you know, like a lot of fun. People shouldn't take it seriously because it's bugs. There's like a person dressed as a giant cockroach and a person dressed as like a giant maggot. And then there was also a person that like came down from like sort of like shoulder level for me, like down in front of me. And I was like, wow, that was a good scare because I wasn't expecting it. It was great. I think we're gonna do one more house for the night and then I'm gonna head home for the evening. And then we'll have done all of the houses again after opening weekend. Because we did like 4 of them last week. Here we go. Descendants of Destruction. This will be the last house of the evening for us. All right, heading into Descendants of Destruction. These are good solar panels. We could be using these to power houses. They're probably fake solar panels. Well, that was enjoyable. Descendants of Destruction was fantastic. We had a lot of people jumping out at us. There was like I like scares from all angles. People surprised me, came from places I wasn't expecting them to. I had a fantastic run through. Tonight has been really good, except for Hell Block Horror. That wasn't very good. And I feel like Horrors of Blumhouse wasn't as good for the freaky section. Once you got to the Black Phone section, it was great. So like, I don't know. It feels like for the most part, everything is hitting on all cylinders as much as it can with limited staffing. And like, even with limited staffing, it still feels pretty good in most of the houses. So I was thinking of going to the Chucky Good Guys Treats and Tricks booth for some food before I left, but this line is pretty long. Maybe, I don't know, I guess it's not that long because the cash register is like right there. So I was thinking about getting this burger right here. Looks ridiculous. They also, some people in line were telling me that they just added in this new Chucky beer from Elysion right here. That's cool. As I'm making my way out, this is a pretty good representation of how light the crowds are in some areas. Heading into Graveyard Deadly Unrest, because we are starting to make our way to the front of the park. Oh, spooky, scary skeleton. Yeah, this is pretty wild. All right, so there you have it. That was our trip out to Universal Studios Florida to go to Halloween Horror Nights on a Tuesday. That is a makeup day for Hurricane Ian. I think it went pretty good, actually. Like, I know that there were a lot of team members and characters missing from their roles because there was not a required night tonight. It wasn't required for them to work. They were just asked, if you can come in, please come in, but you're not required to work this because it is a makeup day for the hurricane. So, a lot of the people that would normally be working in the houses or in the scare zones just weren't there. So it was a little bit more of a sparse event, but still a lot of fun. Had a great time. The crowds were light. The house lines were fairly short. There were some long ones, but I have a feeling that that may have been because of the lack of staffing. You know, like they couldn't put people through as quickly. I still had a great time. All the houses that we went through were really hitting on all cylinders, like as many cylinders as they could. Except for Hell Block Horror wasn't doing as good as I would have liked for it to have done, but still, it was a fantastic night. So, all in all, a fantastic night. And with that being said, we are off. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.